This is what it means for the league table in Group B. Seattle Sounders at the bottom. Paris Saint-Germain leading the way. If they beat Botafogo today, Paris Saint-Germain are through, which means Botafogo versus Atletico Madrid for that second place is going to be one hell of a football game, an exciting one as well. 3 have become 4 in our studio. Julien Laurens is doing a bit of overtime for us here as well, a bit of extra time. Julien, good game of football, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought that was good. That was good. Atletico had to bounce back after the defeat against PSG, of course. They've got a lot of quality. It was just a question of being a bit more composed in front of goal, better defensively. Seattle were never good enough, I thought.
Yeah, ultimately it came down to levels, didn't it? Should we look at the goals? Loads of goals to look through, loads of chances as well. Let's go to the first goal, which he doesn't score many, this Barrios. We had a look at his record. He's appeared over 100 times for Atletico Madrid, only scored 4 goals. You wouldn't know it by his first and second goal, because the composure here at Mamadou is fantastic. Great finish.
Yeah, fantastic finish. I think, as I said at the beginning, all the defense from Seattle was looking the ball, and he just stepped back and he was waiting the ball on the feet, and good pass and good shoot, you know, and he scores the first goal.
Kléberson, what's smart about his run as well when you look at it? Where Seattle Sounder players are all running into the box, he takes a step back, doesn't he? Gives himself space and then bang, great finish.
Yeah, he's smart, no? He knows, like, if he can still run inside the box, this space is going to be short, no? Then he stays inside the box just before the ball comes to his feet, and then quality, no? He has a good quality. You can see in a second goal, this score it's amazing, eh?
We were speaking off camera about how many good young players Spain have, how many good young players France have, and we're going to see a few later in this PSG side. France versus Spain in the next decade is going to go on and on and on, that battle.
Yeah, I think so. I think they are the 2 most stacked squads right now in world football. They've played each other a lot in the semi-final of the Nations League a couple of weeks ago, at the Euros last summer, even before that. So I think for the next 10 years, between Lamine Yamal and Désiré Doué, for example, or all of that, it will be a lot of confrontation.
It will. All right, let's have a look at the second goal as well. Again, as we say, so many goals, so many chances in this game. And, I mean, we're showing you this from the very beginning as Axel Witsel takes to the field, because he scores the goal. It's an easy chance for him, but Llorente absolutely smashes the crossbar here. Mamadou, goalkeeper maybe should have done a little better?
Yeah, maybe, but the shoot, I think it was amazing shoot, and the goalkeeper couldn't stop the ball. But Witsel feels the action straight away, and he was on the box. I think it was his first ball, his first touch, and he scored. So
yeah, I mean, that's the easiest goal he would have ever scored, Julien, but I guess you've got to be in the position, right? Yeah. He gambled to get into that position.
And that's a striker movement, following a shot in case the ball bounces off the keeper or the crossbar, or not really a centre-back or a defensive midfielder, but he's such a smart player that he went for it like almost if he was a striker.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say Diego Simeone happy with that one as well. We thought there was going to be more Atletico Madrid goals. In the end, it is Seattle Sounders, who maybe deserve to get something from this game. Rusnak's their star player, right? Slovakian international. Again, got in the right position, the right place, Julien, and great goal.
Yeah, good goal. The deflection, I think, it's obviously helping a bit, because Oblak goes the other way, and you see on this angle, this is the best angle. You see the leg of Llorente just deflecting that ball, and Oblak is beaten. But you're right, they played some good football. They had big chances in that first half. They could not take it. The lack of clinical aspect of the forwards was also a problem in the first game and again tonight, and that's probably the level between some of those MLS teams and the European teams. Really, it's just the lack of composure in front of goal.
One thing you said, Kléberson, as we were watching the game, you were like, it almost seems as though Atletico know exactly when to score. So as soon as Seattle felt like we're in it, they said, no, we're not in it, and then they scored again. Let's have a look at the third goal. And it was that guy Barrios again. And the composure on this finish is just... I mean, it's of a striker that scored 40 goals a season. The way he takes his time, he's so calm on the ball.
Yeah, it's brilliant, no? I think as a player, that's the ball every player wants, no? When you're confident, when you have a quality, look at the quality of his shot. It's perfect, you know? It's a great goal scored.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? The composure, Jules. I mean, we've seen so many strikers smash those over the bar.
Yeah, completely. And he's not that kind of player anyway. He's a more technically gifted midfielder, but the ball comes like that, and the keeper probably expects him to smash it, and instead he's just place it perfectly, wait on the ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great finish.
Yeah, we can see it. I think, you know, this type of goal are very, very like easy, look easy, you know, to score. You know, he just puts the ball in the same way, you know, where the ball come from. And yeah, great finish.
That's how they tell you to do it, right? Aim where the ball's come from.
Absolutely.
Not many can do it, let's say that. All right, let's hear from Seattle Sounders man, Brian Schmetzer. Let's see what his reaction is going to be. He's with Betty Glover.
Well, Brian Schmetzer joins me pitchside. Brian, how are you reflecting on that one?
Well, you can hear the fans are still excited. I thought we, you know, accounted for ourselves very well. I mean, a couple of the goals, I thought we gave them a couple of easier chances than normal, but that's a great team, and we kept in it for a long time.
How disappointed are you with sort of the first 5-10 minutes of each half? Because it felt like you guys really grew in the game.
That's exactly where you win and lose games. Before halftime, just after halftime, start of the game, making sure your tempo is good. So, you know, we just have to be a little bit better. But again, I can't fault the effort of the players.
In terms of positives, it felt like you guys really had a good go at that. Nearly scored a couple of other goals towards the end.
Well, a couple of offside goals and, you know, some half chances, some full chances. So there's some positives to build on.
And Obed Vargas was playing in that advanced role, wasn't he? Is that something that you want to do in the future? Because he looked very comfortable there.
Well, he's got the engines to do it. He's got the thinking behind it. So it might be a natural position, but he might not be with us for very long either.
That is very true. And just finally, final thoughts. You've got a big crowd here, a lot of support. You knew it was going to be a tough challenge against Atletico Madrid, but how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good because the fans came out tonight. It was a beautiful afternoon, a good soccer match. I think the whole atmosphere was good.
All right, Brian, thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you.
I think he's very honest. I think he understands that we never really labelled one group a group of death. But any group that has Botafogo, PSG and Atletico Madrid, Kléberson, is a group of death. It was always going to be difficult to get out of that group.
It's super difficult now. And then the coach so honest, you know, about the situation. You know? He knows he play against good team. You're going to be a tough game against Paris Saint-Germain also. But the most thing, they show something. They compete. Some moments, even against Botafogo or Madrid, he shows something, you know. I think that's really important for MLS teams.
I was going to say, you've played in the MLS, so you understand the standard better than any of us. Has the standard grown since you've played there? Do you watch the games of Inter Miami and Seattle Sounders and think, OK, maybe they are starting to bridge the gap between the top European and South American teams? Yeah,
the league is growing a lot, you know, but they honestly to understand like the level, the technique, you know. If they play well, but it's still far for other teams, though. Even Messi say after the game they're gonna be a tough game against Palmeiras next time. They know like how the difference between the Palmeiras and Inter Miami.
OK, but they are doing very, very well. All right, there were 4 goals, but plenty of chances. What Witsel?
A big win, finally, in the Club World Cup. Did you enjoy it out there?
Yeah, of course, I enjoyed it. I was happy to finally play some minutes. And, of course, after that game, we are happy, even if it was not an easy one.
You came off the bench, and I think it was 2 minutes you were on the field before you scored that goal. What was going through your mind when you saw that ball go into the back of the net?
I saw the shoot, you know, and I was thinking maybe, you know, the goalkeeper will push the ball back, and you know, I just had that feeling we could score on that action.
Right place, right time.
Yeah, right place, right time. Yeah.
Look, you said that it wasn't easy. Seattle did make it a little bit difficult for you, didn't they? But
I think we started in the right way the game. We had opportunity. I think after 15 minutes could be 3-0 for us. Then we let them grow a little bit. You know, they had 2 or 3 opportunities, so they start really to believe and to push. Then in the second half we created more chances, but even in the second half was not perfect from our side. They had opportunity also, but in the end we are all happy. I think we have to keep going in that way, in these positive vibes. Because as you know, the first game was really difficult for us, and now we have one more to pass the group.
It's been a really long season for you guys, obviously physically exhausted as well. But do you see yourselves growing in this tournament?
Yeah, if you compare from the first game to this one, yeah, Slowly we are getting better and better. And hopefully the last game we're going to give everything and take the 3 points.
And just finally, do you think your manager, Diego Simeone, is going to be happy with that?
Yeah, of course. Now he's happy, and now it's time to recover well, and then start to train hard as we do all the time, and give everything for the third game.
Great, good luck.
Thank you.
A player that plays in your position, Axel Witsel, good experienced pro to have around, isn't he?
Yes, of course. It's a player, you know, who played with many different teams, and he's bringing all his experience in that team, and we saw it. He just had one occasion, and he scored, you know.
And now he's a goal scorer in the Club World Cup as well, the easiest goal that he's ever going to score. All right, we said we're going to show you the chances, and there are a load of them as well. Jules, I want to get your thoughts on this one. I've spoken to the gents already about this. This is the penalty incident. Simeone goes on the outside. When you first saw it in real time, did you think it was a pen?
I thought he was looking for it, and to be fair, it could be given and not overturned by VAR. I thought, first of all, the foul was outside of the box anyway, that it would not be given. It's difficult, I think. To be fair, Simeone plays it well, and he knows exactly what he's doing. It's a bit clumsy from the defender. And I can really understand the referee's decision after VAR to actually decide it was not a pen.
Yeah, it wasn't a pen. I think we all agreed it wasn't a pen, was it? Yeah. As you say, he looks for the white line and then decides to jump over the white line, doesn't he? So correct decision from the referee, correct decision from VAR, which is nice to see. And now, loads of chances, a host of them. I mean, their best player, arguably, this season is Julian Alvarez. And he creates this himself, Kléberson. It's fantastic. It's just lacking the finish right at the end.
Yeah, when you understand the game, when you have the quality, it's super easy to put in position to score goals. You know, Julian Alvarez doing this well, you know. Every time he's in the danger position, look at the chances they have, and now it's... But Atletico Madrid should have scored more goals because the opportunity they have all game is a massive.
Yeah, those are a couple of chances from Sorloth, who, again, missed a couple of chances against PSG, got the opportunity over Griezmann. If he wants to stay in his side over Griezmann, he's got to score those goals, Julius.
I mean, over the 2 games, I think his expected goals just for him is 1.84, and he scored 0. He should have scored probably 2. He's 0. Great volley from Alvarez. It's different for Alvarez when he plays with Griezmann than when he plays with Sorloth. Sorloth then becomes the main guy. They play more direct, and Alvarez is the second striker. With Griezmann, he becomes the main striker, and Griezmann is the second striker. So it's a very different approach for Alvarez, depending on who is next to him in that 4-4-2. But Sorloth should score more. And he's been a super sub this season, scored 20 goals off 14 starts in La Liga, for example. But tonight, as a starter, you saw again that he lacks composure in front of goal.
OK, let's hear from a player that came on, everyone thought was going to start. That's Conor Gallagher. He's with Shiraz.
Conor, thanks for joining me. How was that for you out there?
Yeah, it was good. Obviously, a good win, which was the most important thing, and something we can build on.
What do you think you can build on?
You know, we need to, improve in certain things in our play if we want to, win the whole thing, which of course is our aim. So we're taking it game by game, and it was a step forward today.
In terms of sort of things to improve on, you guys had quite a lot of shots on target. I think you probably could have been 3 or 4-0 up in that first half quite easily. Is that something that you guys need to improve on, that sort of final finish?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we scored 3 goals today, so we can't complain too much. But, yeah, like you said, it could have been more. I think we could have been defensively a bit more solid. I think they had a few good chances. But, no, it's a good win, and it's positive.
Do you think that you let them believe they could come back into that game like a bit too much, gave them a bit too much space as well?
Yeah, maybe. But you've got to give credit to them as well. I think they played well, and they made it hard for us, so fair play to them. But yeah, I think we can still be better, but we're already looking forward to the next game.
And in terms of your season, obviously it's been a really long season for you guys. Seattle are in the middle of their season, aren't they? So do you think that you're going to grow into this tournament as a team? Slow start, but going to get better?
I hope so. That would be nice. Most important thing is to win the last game and to get through to the next stage. So that's all our focus now.
Thank you, Conor.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
OK, clearly that's not Soraya Shiraz. I promise we will hear from her a bit later as well. Conor Gallagher enjoying life in Madrid. How do you think he's done? How do you think he'll set it in?
It's been an interesting season for him because he started well at the beginning, was a starter in the team because he suits this style so well, right? He runs a lot and he's so strong physically and he's such a Simeone player. But then when they struggle a little bit more and they need a bit more quality on the ball, that's not really his game. So it'd be tough, I think, for him when you see Barrios playing and they play similar positions. When you see Llorente or Koke or De Paul, he's not at that level yet. So he will have to work really hard if he wants a starting place.
On a bigger picture, Kléberson for Atletico Madrid, we've seen 2 games now, 2 very different games. Conceded 4, scored 3, should have scored many. Do you hear Betty Glover saying they'll grow into the tournament? Have you seen enough from them to be real contenders to win this?
I think that the way the Madrid played now, it's for the weather, it's a little bit hard for them, you know, because they drop a lot when they defend, and when they win the ball, they need to have a lot of grounds to close to get in the final third, you know. I think those plays, like you mentioned, are really important to improve and get better in this competition. But they can grow better, you know. I think the games against Botafogo will be like the big challenge for them. There's a big challenge because that game, they can win and then they can get a lot of energy for the next couple games, you know. Because defending, like you said, they did defend a little bit better.